All right, let's get right into it. D-Wave Quantum just dropped a massive quarter. You've got revenue that literally doubled, but at the same time, a huge net loss on the books. So what's the real story here? Are we looking at a quantum powerhouse that's finally hitting its stride? Or is this just a cash-burning machine with a really, really good story? Let's find out. The one number that's got everyone on Wall Street talking is this: 100%. That is some serious year-over-year revenue growth for their third quarter. For any company in a field this new, that kind of acceleration, well, it's a very big deal. And get this, they are sitting on an absolute mountain of cash, over $800 million. Now, that's not just a rainy day fund. It's a war chest. It's the strategic firepower they need to fund R&D and go after market share, and go after it hard. So what is the real story here? Today, we're going to break down the bull case, the bear case, and the technology that makes it all tick. We're going to dig into these numbers and see if D-Wave really is what its CEO claims it is, the only real deal in quantum computing. Okay, so let's start with those hard numbers. A quick look at the Q3 financials shows a company that is absolutely shifting into a higher gear. And this chart right here tells the story perfectly. Just look at that. Revenue skyrocketed from 1.9 million to 3.7 million compared to the same time last year. That's not just a 100% jump. It also blew past analyst estimates. That tells you their commercial strategy isn't just working, it might be working even better than the market thought. So how in the world are they pulling this off? Where's all this revenue coming from? Well, let's take a look at D-Wave's commercial strategy, which you can tell their CEO is incredibly fired up about. I mean, this quote from CEO Alan Baratz, it's a direct shot at his rivals. He's throwing down the gauntlet. He's making it crystal clear to investors that D-Wave is all about solving real customer problems and making sales right now, not just promising some breakthrough way off in the future. And, they're backing up that aggressive talk with some serious action. The company is locking in deals with major players across the board. We're talking aviation, banking, even advanced semiconductor manufacturing. These aren't just science projects. These are serious, practical business applications. And we're not talking small pilot programs either. A landmark deal for them is this €10 million agreement with Italy's Q Alliance for a complete Advantage 2 system. A deal of this size is a massive win, and it's a huge signal that their order book for the next quarter is already looking really, really strong. Now this right here, this is powerful stuff. This is the kind of validation you just can't buy. When a huge customer like Japan Tobacco goes on the record saying your tech is outperforming classical computers on something as mind-bendingly complex as training AI for drug discovery, wow, that is a total game changer. It moves D-Wave out of the lab and into the real world. So what is the secret sauce here? What's the technology that's actually driving the business? Well, D-Wave is making a very specific and I'd say pretty vocal bet on one particular way to build a quantum computer. They are all in on what's called a superconducting approach. They argue, and as you can see here, that this gives them two huge long-term advantages. First, just raw speed. They think it's thousands of times faster. And second, and this is absolutely key for scaling up, it can piggyback on the existing multi-trillion-dollar semiconductor industry. Meanwhile, their rivals have to build entirely new manufacturing systems from scratch. Now, their current systems use a special technique called quantum annealing. It's important to know this isn't a universal do-everything quantum computer. A better way to think of it is as a master specialist. It's designed to do one thing and do it better than anything else. Find the single best solution out of trillions of possibilities. For a business trying to optimize, say, a supply chain or financial models, well, that one skill is worth a fortune. And the CEO, he is not pulling any punches. You've got to love the confidence here. By calling out the competition systems as noisy toys, he's making a very clear jab. He's basically saying that while others are playing with experimental research projects, his machines are the only ones out there actually creating real commercial value today. But look, explosive growth and bold claims, that's only one side of the coin. For any serious investor, the path to actually making money is what really matters. So let's take an honest look under the hood at the costs. And at first glance, this number is jarring. A net loss of almost $140 million in a single quarter. Yeah, that's a figure that would make just about any investor a little nervous. But, as they say, there's more to the story. Here's the thing you absolutely have to understand. The vast majority of that loss, 122 million of it, isn't cash that actually left the company. It's a non-cash accounting charge. And here's the crazy part. It's a weird quirk of accounting where this charge was triggered because the value of their stock warrants actually went up as their share price climbed. So a much better way to see what's really going on is to look at the actual cash being used in the business. And as you can see from their cash flow, the burn rate has gone up. Why? Because they're taking that huge cash pile and aggressively investing it back into R&D and a bigger sales team. They're making a bet that spending now will fuel even faster growth down the road. So, with a huge bank account and a growing list of real customers, what happens next? Where does D-Wave go from here? Well, the company has laid out a very clear two-track plan for the future. It's really a two-pronged attack. Part 1. Go out and absolutely dominate the current market for optimization problems with their annealing machines, the ones that are already working. Part 2. Use the money and the know-how from that business to build the next generation, the Holy Grail, the error-corrected universal gate model systems that everyone in this industry is chasing. And all of this leaves us with the ultimate question for anyone looking at this company. D-Wave is making a huge bet that its head start in the real world with real customers can let it win the marathon and get to profitability before its more research-focused rivals have even finished leasing up their shoes. Whether that risky but potentially brilliant bet pays off, well, that's exactly what the market is watching right now.